are not finished.
We being?
Vestiges of your consciousness. Fragments of yourself.
From the past.
The 13th Doctor's regeneration into David Tennant yesterday, and the subsequent 60th anniversary trailer that dropped shortly thereafter, has cracked the lid on an entire cosmos of debate as to the Doctor's reality. Questions like, is David Tennant really the 14th? Is Ncuti Gatwa really the 15th? And why did 14 regenerate his clothes? All very good questions. So today, we'll be conjuring some painful explanatory theories to everything we know and don't know about the future of Doctor Who. Before we begin, please subscribe if you haven't already. The Doctor may have all the time in the world, but these videos do take quite a lot of time to edit. So thank you. Theory. What if 14 is a product of the Celestial Toymaker's meddling? Now, of all the theories today, this one is probably the most realistic. However, it relies totally on the story we get in the 60th anniversary itself. It's a well-known fact by now that the Celestial Toymaker was originally created with the Doctor's regeneration in mind, with the character being conceptualized and introduced during a time where William Hartnell was gravely ill. So with that in mind, regardless of how the original Toymaker factored into the Doctor's process of regeneration, what if they were to blame for the Doctor's return to Ten's face in The Power of the Doctor? Gamerant suggests the Celestial Toymaker could manifest things seemingly at will, a power he used while playing games with those who he brought to his domain. The Toymaker even had the power to take control of those that he beat and would use them as puppets in his games with other victims. Hence, it isn't a stretch to believe that 14 is a product of the Toymaker's fashioning. Perhaps, obviously awaiting plot description, he created an ideal body for the Doctor that would somehow aid in his master plans. Of course, however, the whys and hows remain to be seen on the 60th anniversary. What if the supposed 14th and 15th incarnations of the Doctor, Tennant and Gatwa respectively, were actually the same Doctor, but just two different fragments of the Doctor? Now I know what you're thinking. What? Allow me to explain. In the second part of the Missy Big Finish audio series, titled Lumiat, Missy's fate at the end of The Doctor Falls is revealed. Instead of dying after being rendered unable to regenerate by her former incarnation, Missy employs the technology of an Elysian field. The Elysian field is said to break down its user into its most basic components, i.e. atoms and molecules, and allows a person to individually remanufacture their most elemental atomic compositions, effectively allowing them to recreate their personality itself. When Missy used the field, she chose to cleanse herself of all the evil that had plagued the Master for countless incarnations, and so became the Lumiat, the good to the Master's bad. What if there was a similar circumstance at play between the supposed 14th and 15th Doctors? For instance, what if somehow Tennant's 14th is not actually a proper regeneration, but rather the product of an Elysian field? Vice versa, what if Ncuti Gatwa's 15th Doctor is a product of an Elysian field? Of course, we didn't see one in The Power of the Doctor, so this theory exists more as an outlandishly offhand and unlikely possibility than anything else. Still, it is a possibility. Now, this last one isn't much of a theory as much as it is pure speculation. There's no doubt that the Masters toying with the Doctor's regenerative abilities have done some amount of permanent damage to them. In that sense, what's stopping 13's regeneration into 14 from being forced or otherwise an intentional step in the Master's plan? Perhaps this was the Master's doing all along, bringing back one of the Doctor's favourite faces. Of course, if this were true, the question why would be in order, but there's no denying that it's a flat-out possibility. In the same fashion, it is possible that this is just a degeneration, and the Masters stealing the Doctor's powers have fatally wounded their processing. Is the Doctor running out of time, as time itself told her? Who knows? We'll just have to wait and see. Thank you for sticking around to watch this video. It's a little on the shorter side, but I appreciate the support nonetheless. If you're after consistent Doctor Who content just like this, subscribe for more. There's much more on the catalogue, ranging from speculation videos, analyses, and more to come. See you next time. And Alon Z.